You're watching ABC4 News, celebrating 75 years.
Well, there continues to be a national shortage of blood, and the American Red Cross continues to push for help from everyone. A team effort here. We are joined with Dr. Walter Kelly, the medical director for the Rocky Mountain Division of the American Red Cross. Thank you for joining us here today, Doctor.
Thanks, Emily. Love to be here in Salt Lake, where I live.
Okay, well, we love to have you in such an important topic. We can't share this enough. First off, what factors lead into a blood shortage? Let's just start at that square.
Yeah, for sure. So part of it is just need, right? So I'll give you an example. This week, I had phone calls from hospitals that, had organ transplants that, those happen when they happen. You can't plan for them. I've had phone calls from hospitals with women in labor who have massive hemorrhage sometimes. You can't plan for that. And so the need is constant, but the need isn't consistent.
That's a good way to put it, that it's constant but not consistent, so we never know when we're going to need that big flow of needing more blood. How does a national blood shortage really affect the entire country?
So it really does. So I remind people that when it comes to transfusion, you need blood when you need it. Like I said, just like the woman who needed it the other night, right, in the midst of her childbirth. And so we collect blood, of course, all over the country, but there's a lot that goes into making sure that blood is safe and available. So for example, if the testing for the units of blood isn't ready here in Salt Lake, we know that, maybe even a day ahead of time. And so we can fly blood in from another state, and then 6 hours later, when the testing comes available, we'll turn around and fly it back to the state that we just borrowed some from. And so, really when we talk about a national shortage, it impacts our ability to move very large amounts of blood around to meet very immediate needs.
Which is just incredible that we have the capability to get the blood from state to state.
Absolutely.
But again, such a need because we have people across the country we're supporting. How can people help out, though? For those at home who are listening to this, once again talking about this blood shortage we've been talking about for quite a bit of time now, how do you want to say, or what do you want to say for that?
So there's a few things I think are really important right now. So the first thing is we've been able to really make the blood donation process more inclusive. So the FDA has put out regulations that have allowed us to change the way we ask questions. So there are a lot of people who previously weren't able to donate blood who are now. And so first off, if you think you can't, you're probably wrong. And then the other thing is it's so easy to do now. You can go online, you can download the app on your phone, and it will tell you where the nearest blood drive is happening. You can book an appointment. You can even answer the questions before you get there. Makes it pretty lickety-split in and out.
And that is such a good point to just for those who may have been thinking for years that I'm not eligible to give blood. Right. Go and check that questionnaire because, as you said, many people are able and they don't think they are.
Absolutely. Our local CEO here in Salt Lake, Heidi Ruster, is a military veteran, wasn't able to donate for decades, and she's eligible now and has been back and loving donating again. So there are many people who maybe think they can't, and now they can.
And now they can. So tell us some different ways to help out. If it's not necessarily giving blood, are there other ways that people can take part?
Yeah, absolutely. So it takes a village, right? So there are opportunities to volunteer. There are opportunities to help actually organize the blood drives even. There are volunteer opportunities even to help move the blood from place to place so people can engage with the Red Cross in a lot of different ways. And of course, financial donations are always welcome. We use those to be able to have machines and the vans that we need to go around and all of those different opportunities.
Okay, helping out a neighbor, there are lots of ways to do so, especially, again, with this blood shortage, emergencies, you never know when they're going to happen. Thank you for making this so digestible, and hopefully those at home and for us here all listening can feel a little impressed to be able to go and help take part in all of this.
Thanks for helping us get the word out. Thank you.
Of course.